Stephanie White on a broadcast said that the Dallas Mavericks were much better without Luka because more people score and more people touch the ball. And the ball moves.
Caitlin Clark just publicly obliterated her head coach's entire basketball philosophy, and Stephanie White has no idea the storm that's coming. The Indiana Fever's franchise superstar just went on national television and told the world she wants to play exactly like the one player her coach believes destroys teams. This isn't a difference of opinion. This is reckless coaching ideology colliding with generational talent in real time. And many fans believe someone's career won't survive it. To be clear, this analysis is based on public interviews, broadcast clips, and fan reaction, not inside information.
In his game, maybe you would want to add to yours in the league?
Man, I think Luka. Luka's amazing and he's incredible. I think the way he can not only score the ball, but also the way he passes. And I think the thing about him is he's not the fastest, he's not the most athletic, but he can get his defender to move where he wants him to go and he takes up that space and he does a really good job of.
Clark didn't just compliment Luka Doncic. She identified him as the blueprint for her game. And here's the problem. Stephanie White has spent years publicly trashing that exact style of play. This isn't bold leadership. This is tone-deaf coaching philosophy at the worst possible moment. Let's establish what's really happening here. Stephanie White is not some rookie assistant. She's a decorated WNBA coach, Commissioner's Cup champion, Coach of the Year, 3 consecutive semifinals appearances. She knows basketball. But knowing the game and understanding you're a superstar are two radically different things. Because buried in Stephanie White's past is a comment that should terrify every Fever fan. Years ago, during a broadcast while the Dallas Mavericks were flying high with Luka Doncic leading MVP conversations, White made this claim.
And Stephanie White on a broadcast said that the Dallas Mavericks were much better without Luka because more people score and more people touch the ball. And the ball moves better without Luka. Caitlin Clark is...
Read that again. Stephanie White, now coaching the most ball-dominant, heliocentric offensive weapon in WNBA history, publicly stated that teams are better without players like Luka, players who dominate the ball, players who control tempo, players who dictate every possession. Player exactly like Caitlin Clark. This isn't a minor philosophical disagreement. Critics see this as a fundamental coaching crisis, and it's been hiding in plain sight since the day White got hired. The Fever brought in a coach who fundamentally believes elite ball handlers hurt team offense, to coach a player whose entire superpower is ball dominance. And now, Caitlin Clark just exposed it to the entire basketball world. Let's be crystal clear about what Stephanie White's Luka comment reveals. She believes in motion offense, ball movement, equal touches, the beautiful game philosophy where no single player dominates possession. It's a respectable system when you don't have a generational talent. But here's the cold reality. Caitlin Clark is not a motion offense player. She never has been. At Iowa, she was the offense. She dominated the ball, controlled pace, and broke every conceivable scoring and assist record by forcing defenses to react to her. Not to some egalitarian 5-player system.
Jimmer just comes off screens and shoots from 30. Steph Curry is this off-the-ball mover, came into the league as a 2-guard, is actually a point guard. Caitlin Clark's like a Halliburton-type point guard. It's mad. She is nothing. She shoots from far. She's nothing like Stephen Curry.
That's not motion offense. That's heliocentric basketball. That's the Luka Doncic model, where one player dictates everything and everyone else fills the gaps. And Clark just publicly stated that's exactly how she wants to play. But Stephanie White's philosophy... it rejects that model entirely. She wants ball movement, not ball dominance. She wants 5 threats, not 1 conductor. And the result of this clash? Look at Clark's second season stats. The hesitation, the missed open layups, the awkward adjustments.
Caitlin is looking at these players trying to get better. I think as much as anything, what we saw from Caitlin as a rookie, all she needs to do is be better at going left and taking left-hand layups, be a little bit better at shooting going right so that she's the threat, and get a little bit better on defense.
That's what happens when a player is forced into a system that contradicts their natural instinct. Many analysts believe Clark tried to fit White's vision, and it may have hurt her rhythm. Now let's talk about why Caitlin Clark's Luka Doncic comparison is so devastating to Stephanie White's credibility. Because this isn't just about playing style. It's about who gets to define the Indiana Fever's identity. Luka averages a 30-point triple-double. He controls every possession. Defenses are designed entirely around stopping him, and he still picks them apart. That's not selfish basketball. That's efficient basketball when you have a player operating at that level.
The fastest, he's not the most athletic, but he can get his defender to move where he wants him to go, and he takes up that space, and he does a really good job of either keeping the defender behind him or keeping him to the side. So I think that's something
And here's the part that Fever fans need to understand. Caitlin Clark can be that player. She was already that player as a rookie. She led the league in assists. She pulled defenses apart. She made role players look like all-stars because she dictated every possession. But Stephanie White's system? It doesn't want that player. It wants Clark to be Stephen Curry, an off-ball shooter who runs through screens and plays within a motion system.
Steph Curry is this off-the-ball mover, came into the league as a 2-guard, is actually a point guard. Like, Caitlin Clark's like a Halliburton-type point guard. It's mad. She is nothing. She shoots from far. She's nothing like Stephen Curry.
This is where the crisis becomes undeniable. Clark is publicly stating she wants to model her game after a ball-dominant, tempo-controlling, heliocentric superstar. And her coach has already gone on record saying teams are better without that style of player. Someone's vision for the Indiana Fever will lose. And when your franchise superstar and your head coach are philosophically opposed, history tells us who usually survives. Social media didn't waste time. The moment Clark's Luka comments dropped, Fever fans started connecting the dots, and they're furious. One Reddit thread titled "Is There Something Going On Between CC and Stephanie White?" exploded with comments questioning whether coaching tension is already fracturing the Fever's title window. Facebook fan pages erupted with speculation that White and Kelsey Mitchell are jealous of Clark's spotlight.
Injured. I thought she was looking like an all WNBA player. I really did. There was a spell of about 20 games where she was averaging like 17 or 15. Like, that was... Like, if she can do that consistently over the course of a full season instead of a half a season, she's an all-W player next season. And
here's why this matters. The Fever's championship window is now. They didn't bring back Stephanie White to experiment with offensive philosophies. They brought her back to win a title with the most marketable, most dominant player in WNBA history. But if White can't adapt her system to maximize Clark's natural game, if she insists on forcing motion offense onto a player who thrives in chaos, the Fever won't just miss their window. They'll watch Clark's prime years evaporate under a coach who fundamentally doesn't understand her. This isn't speculation. This is a ticking clock. Because every game Clark plays under a system that contradicts her instincts is a game the Fever aren't building championship habits. And Caitlin Clark just told the world exactly what kind of player she needs to be. The question is whether Stephanie White is willing to listen, or whether some believe ego could risk Indiana's collapse. So here's the question Fever fans have to answer. Who do you trust more? Caitlin Clark's basketball instincts or Stephanie White's coaching philosophy? Team Caitlin says let her be Luka. Give her the ball. Clear out. Let her dictate pace and break defenses. She's proven she can do it. She will do it. And any coach who can't build around that is sabotaging the franchise. Team Stephanie says motion offense wins championships. One player can't do it alone. The WNBA has evolved past heliocentric systems. Clark needs to trust the process, adapt her game, and become a better team player. But here's the reality: generational talent doesn't adapt to systems. Systems adapt to generational talent. LeBron didn't learn to play off-ball. Magic didn't become a catch-and-shoot god. Luka didn't embrace motion offense. They were the system. And Caitlin Clark should be too. This isn't a story about two basketball minds respectfully disagreeing. This is a story about a reckless coaching philosophy colliding with a generational superstar and the Indiana Fever's championship hopes hanging in the balance. Stephanie White has the resume, she has the respect, she has the credentials. But none of that matters if she can't adjust her system to fit Caitlin Clark's game, because Clark just told the world exactly who she wants to be. And it's the one player White publicly believes hurts teams. So the Fever have two choices: build the offense around Clark's Luka-style dominance and win a championship, or force her into motion offense, watch her struggle, and waste the most important stretch of her career. One of these visions will win, and one career will end because of it. So tell me in the comments, should Caitlin Clark be allowed to play like Luka Doncic? Or is Stephanie White right to demand ball movement and team offense? Pick a side, because this story won't end quietly.